Hello and welcome back to round 2 chase card coverage from the 2017 Green Mountain Championship presented by Discraft. We are at Fox Run Disc Golf Course. We've got Ricky Wysocki tearing it up, Paul McBeth, Charlie Goodpasture, and Peter McBride struggling a bit. Big Sexy commentary here again, myself, Nate Sexton, and Jeremy Koling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to focus on from the front nine. The fact that Ricky played really well, which we expect, or the fact that Paul and Peter and Charlie did not, but maybe most notably Paul. I mean, he just very uncharacteristic for what we expect from him. Missing putts, tons of OB.
Yep.
Just didn't look like he really came with the right focus and mentality today.
Yeah, I think he's, if memory serves, he's already got 5 out of bounds penalties on the front nine.
Yeah,
so here we are on hole 10, 295-foot par 3. Turnover putter coming in hot from Peter.
And that's a really nice looking shot there. He's
in bounds.
Yeah, turned it over a bit too much maybe, but he's in bounds and inside the circle.
I think ideally you'd like to finish left of the basket here because the OB is pretty tight on that right side. This looks like it's hunting for the paint and got just a little piece of it, so he's got 33 feet to go.
And you see a little bit of that condensation there on the lens. It was pouring raining just a few moments ago. It might be still drizzling a bit here. And Ricky,
wow,
just stays in bounds here. Hole 10 is a relief of a hole right now, and Paul just steps up and throws really quick. We just finished on the hardest, and then the second hardest, and then the fourth hardest hole in the course. Now we get to the second easiest hole in the course, so a bit of a break here for the players at this point in the round.
Whoa, Charlie doesn't hit a thing.
And Charlie has now missed birdies on the easiest and the second easiest hole in the course. That's going to be a bummer for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Ricky is in for birdie. And I think we're going to see, I don't know if it's going to be Peter or Charlie next. Charlie's putt really did sail on him.
So I guess it is Charlie. And once again, he connects on his par save.
Got to make that putt one shot earlier, and he's going to feel a lot happier.
Yep. A birdie feels good, and a par feels terrible. There's not much difference in between the two of them.
Peter, really nice committed putt there.
Yeah, had a bit of issues there on inside the circle for Peter on the front nine. Nice job there to turn things around and get the birdie.
And Paul has a little easy tap in. Maybe he can start to get something going here.
Yeah, hopefully. Give me a little bit of a wry smile there from Paul walking away.
3 birdies, 1 par. Ricky pushing for the lead of the tournament right now from the chase card. Hole 11 is a 575-foot par 4, out of bounds on both sides, and then the final shot down there into the green is through quite a few trees, over the rock wall, downhill, and the OB is right behind the basket.
Yeah, the play on this one is to get the drive out, probably 450 feet or so if you can. There's one tree in the middle of the fairway that kind of forces you to pick if you're going to go the Anheuser or the Heiser route. But if you're not in a good place on your tee shot here, getting access to the green is really difficult just because of the number of the trees that are on the green.
Definitely.
So you really want to get as far left as you can possibly get so you can look straight down the hill. If you're pinched off to the right side too far, it becomes a really strange angle.
And mostly just going to be luck at that point to get down to the basket.
Right.
There's a good distance drive from Peter and Ricky. Ricky maybe a little bit low and right. Paul is going for the green here with a big turnover. It doesn't look like it's high enough, though. And wow, this is way out of bounds.
Oh, goodness. And he's out of bounds quite early because that was trying to go over the hill the whole way.
He's trying to throw a big Anheuser there, and he got absolutely none of what he was looking for.
That's just another OB there from Paul.
And Paul, I think, yeah, going for the green again here. And it doesn't turn over.
He's out of bounds left?
Left.
Like long left or?
I think he's just still
short
on the
left?
hill. I think he's still on the hill.
Wow.
There's our first look at how tight these trees are.
Nice little focus on the chains. And oh, look at that shot there.
Man.
Top notch from Jomez.
We got some artisans.
And that is exactly how you throw this approach. Just doesn't even come close to a tree. That's just Ricky showing off the touch there on the downhill sloping green.
Look at this drive.
Perfect drive from Peter McBride. And this is running the basket maybe. And
Fantastic.
I mean, he's going to have less than 20 feet for his birdie.
Here is Paul, and oh my gosh. He runs that putt. That is 3 OBs in a row. And this is probably the worst hole he's played in 5 years.
1, 3, 5. This putt's for 7. Misses the putt. He's going to have an 8 at best. This is a sad moment for Paul. I mean,
Definitely.
He doesn't. This is something that we all deal with occasionally, but not
Hopefully
him.
less than once a year. A quadruple bogey is a truly terrible score. I mean, those, he's thrown 4 shots and none of them were even really close to what he's looking for.
Yeah, that's.
And on a course with this much out of bounds, that's going to add up really quick. Wow, and we've got birdies, a couple of birdies on the card. Paul just slings that in. Obviously super frustrated.
It makes me wonder if there's something going on with him. Like, is there a physical ailment? Is there a mental block or something going on? It's just one thing that you can always expect from Paul is that he is going to be competitive all the way through the end. You don't see it quit. And actually, quick change in topic here. This is actually not even drone coverage. This is just a really tall person walking across the water.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's actually
With a nice steady cam.
new technology, giant technology.
Hole 12, 380-foot par 3 island hole. One of the longest water carry / island holes we play.
Yeah, it's not that long for touring pros, but for the average Joe, this is a incredibly scary hole. I mean, it's a scary hole for us regardless. In fact, yesterday, AJ Risley on my card hit the cage for ace and rolled OB.
Oh, that's terrible.
You don't throw your next shot from where you went out of bounds. You have to go to a drop zone that's about 150 feet away. So pretty brutal to see that almost a perfect shot turn into a 4 that quick.
Peter and Ricky with perfect shots there, playing to the long side of the basket, which is really smart with that hillside. And Charlie is in, not quite as close as he might like, but certainly putting for birdie.
That took a while to get there. I wonder if he's throwing fairway driver.
And Paul is taking no time now. This is not pretty. I mean, the shot might be pretty, but the fact that oh wow.
Don't do anything stupid.
Oh, man. And that
Oh
rolls
my
OB.
gosh, what is happening?
I've never seen this.
This is wow.
Difficult to watch, to be sure. Ricky here for a nice birdie. Got it.
Good putt there. And when this is happening on your card, especially from a player like Paul, it's got to be difficult to stay focused. I mean, to stay within your own game and not be wondering what's going on with the 4-time world champion as he's struggling like this. I wonder what's happening mentally in the players' brains as this is going on.
Yeah, just sort of seeing the weirdest thing you've seen in a couple of months.
And Charlie with a solid putt there. And I mean, the last thing that he's thinking about that moment is, I wonder what's going on with Paul. I mean,
Peter makes good for birdie as well. Peter kind of stringing them together here. Nice to see.
And that's the second straight shuffle putt. What do you call that? The little
one-footed horseshoe
blaster.
blaster.
I keep calling the horseshoe putt a shuffle putt.
I call that a one-footed horseshoe blaster.
I like that.
Ricky moves to -8. Paul moves to +5. And we are through 12 holes. So more than a stroke a hole bled between them. Nate Doss crushing it. 19 down thus far. MJ and Ricky at 17. Jeremy at 17. Moving well.
A blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while, Nate. Blind squirrel eventually finds a nut.
I think you got pretty good vision. We've got hole 13, 725-foot par 4. Have you seen anybody try to go for the second zone from the tee?
No, and I think that they were trying to maybe introduce the idea of the risk reward there, but the second shot isn't far enough when you throw a good tee shot to really entice any player to go for that second landing zone.
Yeah, maybe if the tee was a little to the left.
Yeah, if the tee was a little bit more to the left and maybe about 20 feet shorter, you might see some people trying to go for the aggressive big shot, but I can't even imagine that even Simon or Eagle would try to go across.
I don't think they would. Ricky playing for the landing zone, and that looks good. Moving left is a good sign. Nice skip.
Well, that's ideal right there. The only thing that's going to be difficult for him there is a slightly downhill run up.
Yeah.
Other than that, he's just far enough left that the orange tree that you can see right there on the edge can be problematic if you're not far enough left. But Ricky did skip far enough, and he should be fine. Charlie's probably going to be in a spot where he's going to have to throw some sort of Anheuser approach.
Paul going Thunderbird here, also finding the landing zone.
And Paul just wants to get off the course at this point.
Yeah, I think you are right about that. That is a smooth Anheuser.
Yep.
Not quite far enough for a birdie look, but not bad. We've got another elevated basket here, so makes it that much tougher. Please just stay turned over.
And it looks like it's a nice ride. He's going to be about 45 feet or so for his birdie.
Not bad. Peter's got a little bit of a straighter look at the pin, but he has kind of yanked this, and this is in danger.
That needs to get a good kick. It does not. He's going to be throwing his fourth shot from about 60 to 75.
And Ricky going forehand.
Oh,
there's
a bit of a slip and a kick of the disc, but
possible foot fault call, but we will see if the group makes that decision.
It looks like they have let that one go. Oh, no. He's going to be throwing his shot again.
Going from a standstill now.
Yeah, that downhill slope, like I didn't know that he had threw a foot fault. But I mean, the downhill nature there, and also the wet grass, I mean, not surprising to see him have some issues there with his footing, and that is a bit surprising to see him miss that shot so far right. Circle two's edge there from that great tee shot is going to be a disappointment for Ricky.
Maybe just tough, couldn't trust the footing, couldn't put as much power into it as he wanted to, worried about a second foot fault and the stroke penalty that comes with it.
And Peter gives that a bid. He's going to be a bit long. He's going to have to putt from the edge of those trees.
See if Ricky can save it anyway. To the elevated pin.
Okay.
And yeah, that is a perfect putt. So good.
What the heck, man? What the heck? That was so good.
Paul going to try to match him. Just a little bit low. Stays close. He'll have a tap-in par.
Looks like he's going to go rush that tap-in, maybe. And
Paul in for par.
Peter from the wood line for his par, or that's out for his bogey.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a 6 there for Peter.
Man, and after he had put together a run of really nice holes, last 3 or 4.
Oh, and Charlie getting a bit quick there on his tap-in. Still is in the basket. It's going to be a par for Charlie Goodpasture.
Peter, double bogey 6.
Keeping his composure well, though.
Definitely. Ricky with a highlight putt for that 3. Moves to 19 under for the event.
Look at the spread of these scores here. Crazy.
Yeah, he's the only one.
Lifetime warranty, and 1% back to the planet. Tempercraft USA. Temper your thirst.
Hole 14, par 3, 350 feet. A tough shot, blind up and over the hill. OB on the right, OB long. And you have to really keep the disc straight for about 320 feet before finally breaking left to try to miss these trees and get to the green.
That's a pretty traditional hyzer. It's coming in as the 5th easiest hole in the course, but there's just enough trees there, and that hillside, it plays a little bit trickier than some of the other easy par 3s in the course.
Yeah, I don't feel like I can play it as just a hyzer, though. I always feel like I need to play a straight shot that fades more than having the room to swing it in.
Okay.
That works.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Dancing around and find its way to parked. Charlie does swing it a little bit. That is looking really good. Just brushes one leaf, misses the telephone pole.
Yeah, I think the play is to just come right inside that telephone pole. He swung it just outside. Either way, he's inside the circle there, putting for his birdie.
And here is Peter, and as you might have noticed, Paul McBeth did not tee off when he should have there at hole 14, and he has DNF'd, citing an injured back.
And a good putt there from Charlie, but wow.
Pretty crazy. I think it's a career first for Paul. Obviously, it's tough to see. I hope that he feels better as soon as possible. But, yeah, he has tweaked that injured back that gave him problems over the last year or two, maybe in these wet conditions. I'm not sure. But he felt that he needed to get out of there and just rest up for the all-important USDGC coming up in just 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's hard to see that. Definitely had a tough round, but, whether I think that it's going to bring a lot of debate. Will he quit because he wasn't playing well? I think that people don't understand he probably wasn't playing well because he was hurt.
Yes, I think that's key.
And he is the utmost, competitor that we've ever seen in the sport. I mean, Ken Climo obviously is #1 most competitive player ever in everything he does. But Paul's the same way. He's so competitive, never wants to quit. And
never has quit before.
And it was a difficult decision, but I mean, if you have to rest your body, you have to rest your body. So that must have been a tough call for him, but in the end, I think it was the right thing to do.
Yeah, and back to the action here. Obviously wishing the best to Paul, but hole 15, 380 feet, and these guys are attacking it. Ricky has moved just up left of the pin. He should have a putt. That is the play that I like, going in straight and kind of finding that back door. There's a little bit more open lanes to the pin.
Yeah, and Ricky is continuing this march here from the chase card. He is putting up a solid round so far. And
wow, that is perfect up the middle.
Seeing great drives from the other players on the card as well. All three inside the circle.
And we didn't really... Wow, he got much farther than I thought.
Maybe not inside the circle at all. And oh, my goodness.
Don't roll too much. Okay, you're good.
He's so good at that. Just still finding metal some way. If you keep finding metal from these crazy positions, they're going to drop.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. And he has skipped a little bit long. He's going to have probably 25 feet or so for his par putt. A good birdie connection from Charlie Goodpasture.
Yeah, and that is a nice back-to-back there, coming into this final stretch of the round.
Yeah, you're climbing this final hill, going back down for 18. But this is a great time to pick up some birdies on the course. These holes that finish off aren't too terribly difficult.
Yeah. All right, we have hole 16 coming up after Charlie cards the only birdie on the card. Hole 16 is a par 4, but first, let's check in with some scores. We got Nate Doss, Richard Wysocki, Big Rick, 20 under. Looking good. MJ is also right there, and Jerem's still charging.
Yeah, I'm playing a good round, staying away from OBs, and but Nate, the story of the round, he started off very slow and just put together an incredible back nine. And him and Ricky are just going stroke for stroke at this point. Even though they're not the same card, they're both tearing up the back nine like crazy.
Yeah. Hole 16, 560-foot par 4. OB on the right side and OB long. The left side woods is actually not out of bounds here. So you want to just swing up a big hyzer, hopefully land in the short grass, and then make your approach to the green.
This hole begs for the really risky play if you have the arm for it. 171 meters to the basket, 560 feet. It probably plays closer to
500 if you cut the corner.
Yeah, as the crow flies, but it's uphill the whole way. And with the OB not being behind the basket, if you crush it past the basket, you're safe. However, if you get into that, if you get baited into doing that, you can take a big number quick here.
Definitely.
This is the fourth easiest hole in the course. Really, all you have to do is play a safe shot above that bush where you saw all three of the drives here, and then just throw your 250-foot, maybe 300-foot approach to the basket, and then call it quits and move on.
You've got to dodge these wires if you play that wide route, and he's done that. Both Peter and Charlie are in the circle. Ricky has drifted a little bit, but he's no stranger to this shot.
A little harp turnover here, late fade, and yeah, he's good at that stuff.
Charlie for a birdie. For a turkey, I think. 3 birdies in a row.
Yeah, good little stretch here from Charlie Goodpasture. That's like saying the full name, Charlie Goodpasture. I don't want to just say Charlie.
That's fine, man.
It's a good last name.
I'm not going to stand in your way.
Yeah, I mean, some people, I say Peter. His name is Peter McBride, of course. I don't say Peter McBride. I say Peter. But when I say Charlie Goodpasture. It's just that one of those names just rolls.
It does kind of sound like a fancy guy.
Yeah, it's mellifluous.
3 birdies for our card here, and we move to hole 17. Paul still DNF'd, unfortunately.
And here we go. AJ with the fancy dance is just on top of it today.
Hole 17 is downhill, moving really, really far to the left, 400 feet. It probably plays a little bit shorter than that, but almost impossible to go OB left as a right-handed player. It's the main miss that you see is people hanging the disc out too far right.
Yeah, it's downhill all the way, completely blind because of this group of trees. You just have to trust the right disc. I mean, you could get there with a putter if you threw the right height, but most players are probably going to throw an overstable driver or a fairway driver and just put a little bit of nose up maybe on it so it just slows down to this downhill basket.
Charlie, perfect shot.
Yeah, perfect distance control there, speed control and angle control, all of that. He's parked there for his birdie. And this is probably going to be his first birdie on those easy holes. This is the 3rd easiest hole in the course.
Is it really?
It came. I didn't think so. I didn't think it would be, but according to stats, it is the 3rd easiest hole in the course. Let's see what the average score of the hole was: 2.65, which is pretty low considering.
Yeah.
There is OB. You can definitely go OB early. Saw that happen a few times.
Ooh, Peter coming in right over the basket.
But with the introduction of this wall here to prevent shots from going OB long, it made the hole a lot easier than previous years.
Yeah. Ricky coming back up the hill, and he's got another birdie.
He's continuing that fire. That's awesome. Is he 12 under right now?
I'm not sure, but he's a lot under. We will see very soon.
And that's with a bogey.
Yeah.
Ricky is putting up an impressive round.
Peter makes the birdie, smiles to the crowd. And we've just got Charlie left here.
And these guys are putting up some impressive star frames right now.
Yeah, they are. Closing the round as they should, as a chase card should, closing strong.
Charlie's waving to the fans. Ricky is indeed 12 under through 17 holes with a bogey. I mean, that means he's missed 4 holes for the entire round.
That's incredible.
That is unbelievable.
Hole 18, quite a finishing shot. Downhill all the way, par 4, 775 feet. The drive, you just want to kind of get to this path ideally, and then you can play your next shot around the tree up to this green. If you are a little bit long though, out of bounds does come into play, and there's a pretty good slope there behind the pin.
And once again, they added that wall behind the green, so a lot of the shots that in previous years may have skipped OB are now hitting that wall and staying safe, so kind of softening that aspect of the green, but still a difficult hole from... You can take big numbers on this one.
Yeah, Charlie goes out of bounds left. If you had to choose, out of bounds left is the better choice because he will have a chance to go for the green from there.
And speaking of out of bounds left...
Yeah, this looks too high.
And Ricky has gone OB. He's got quite a bit of distance just short of that little road that you're talking about.
Yep.
That little path in the road, in the fairway.
See if Peter can go to school on those guys' lines and get the disc more wide, but it doesn't really look like he did.
He just followed the leader right there. 3 straight shots are going to be OB left.
Wow.
Coming in from the chase card. Let's see if these guys can save their pars. It's going to be quite a challenge for Charlie and Peter, who are pretty far away, actually.
Yeah, this is looking pretty good, though.
Yes.
And a nice shot, but he's going to be down the hill. He's going to have probably about 30 feet or so to save his par.
Peter going forehand as well, keeping it nice and low. If it has the distance, this is going to be pretty nice. Looks like he's also 10, 12 meters away.
And I'm surprised that this hole was the 3rd hardest hole in the course. I mean, there's OB everywhere, and it's but the distance really is achieved because it's so far downhill. And Ricky has gotten that away from him. He is going to have a long putt for his par.
Yeah, that probably took a little roll on the end, too. Up the hill.
Oh, and just
man.
out. And that needs to stop rolling. And it has... That's going to be a disappointing finish for Ricky, who's just put together such an incredible round to this point.
Definitely.
And Peter with a solid par save. That's good to see. He missed a lot of putts today that he normally makes, and a par is not a bad score in this hole.
No, not at all. Charlie with a look at par as well, and just a little bit left.
And that's going to be a disappointing finish for Charlie, who's put together 4 straight birdies coming into this hole.
Ricky keeps it to just a single bogey, moves to 11 under.
Or was it 5 straight birdies for Charlie? Either way, that's going to step him back just a bit there with the bogey, but story of the day has to be the disappointing finish from Paul McBeth, having to DNF due to his back injury.
Yeah, really unexpected thing, tough thing, but I think probably the smart choice to put his sights on the USDGC. Nate Doss playing absolutely fantastic. I believe bogey free to this point through the tournament. Opens up a 3-shot lead on Ricky. And our lead card, I didn't even get to see the rest of it. His MJ, and it's, do you remember?
Kale LaVisca.
Kale with a nice round as well. So that's going to be some exciting golf. Back to Brewster Ridge. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you to Jomez. Thank you to the PDGA. Thank you to Discraft. Thank you to Smuggler's Notch.
Thank you to David Clancy, our statistician.
Thank you, David, again. Awesome to have that information there for our fans and everybody to better understand these courses that they may not get a chance to see. We'll catch you guys again tomorrow from Brewster Ridge.